Are you worried about thieves stealing your personal belongings? This is where spy cameras really come into their own to protect your prized possessions from theft. What's more, if the worst happens and your belongings are stolen, you will need evidence to assist law enforcement in bringing thieves to justice, and spy cameras are ideal for this. With some basic precautions and a little know-how, you can protect yourself from burglars with the right spy camera setup. Here's how you do it. So the first thing you need to know is how burglars actually enter homes. So what you'll want to know is the most common entry points. Have a look at this diagram on the screen and this might actually surprise a lot of you. Incredibly, the majority of burglars walk right through the front or back door. So the first thing you can do, even before considering getting spy cameras, is to take basic precautions. So, never leave keys in hiding places such as under a front or back door mat. Burglars are often experienced professionals and this is the first place they will look for keys. Secondly, burglars often attempt to kick your doors down or they use heavy tools, so consider getting strong deadbolts to make it much harder for them to do this. Once you've done that, you'll need to factor in the most common entry points when you consider the placement of your spy cameras. So if you've got a yard, either front or back or even both, the most obvious place to put spy cameras is in an elevated position with a wide field of view. That way you can surveil the burglar as they actually approach your property. So think about things like a telegraph pole, a tree branch, or even a bird feeder. Now we've written a related article and it's called Camouflaging a Spy Camera. That'll be linked in the description below and you can check that out for more ideas. But basically the picture on the screen is a well-placed bird feeder spy camera, and this can be used to capture footage from the front and the back of your property. So when you place this kind of spy camera in your front or backyard, you can surveil the entire area for unwanted intruders. You'll want a motion-activated spy camera though, and this has to switch on when it detects movement. Obviously not birds, because you won't put out feed for the burglars, and I'll talk more about this later. So you could hang this spy camera by attaching to a tree to get the perfect position. Another option is a well-disguised tree stump spy camera, and the one on the screen would do the job perfectly. You'll also need a camera that can record at night as well as in the daytime, and an infrared spy camera would be best for the job. So the first thing you'll need to think about is making sure you get the right kind of camera to record suspicious activities. So whilst surveillance systems such as CCTV are appropriate in some situations, if you want to protect your home, they are not actually the best choice. Firstly, CCTV systems are typically very expensive. Most people cannot afford them, and if you choose spy cameras intelligently, you can actually get the same results at a fraction of the cost. They also record continuously. This is CCTV cameras record continuously. Now, whilst this is useful in a shop or a department store, it's useless for your home because you would have to review hours and hours of footage for only a few minutes of activity. You need a motion-activated spy camera. So motion-activated spy cameras only record when they detect motion. If there is no motion for 3 minutes or so, usually, they switch off. So this ensures you'll only get the footage you want and that the batteries will not run out on the spy camera. The next thing you need to consider is real-time alerting of suspicious activity around your home. So to assist law enforcement in catching a thief, you'll want to hand them the evidence as soon as possible, or possibly even catch them red-handed. To do this, you'll need wireless spy cameras. Wireless spy cameras connect to your Wi-Fi and can send you real-time alerts when they switch on. So in some cases, you can even watch the activity right on your phone as it's happening. So even if you're on holiday and a burglar is prowling around your house, you can see what's happening and call the police. In other cases, the alerting system sends you a push notification with screenshots of the footage that is being captured, and you can see what this looks like on the screen right now. And don't worry, you can actually configure the sensitivity of the motion detection and the alerts exactly as you want. So you now know the most common entry points of burglars. You know how to protect the front and backyard if you have one. You should also consider protecting the front and back doors, as these are the most common entry points. So, spy cameras for front and back doors. So there are lots of available front and back door cameras you can use to protect your property. Here are the features that you should look for when you decide which camera is best suited to the job. So the camera resolution should be 1080p or higher. So this is necessary to make sure you capture the burglar's face and license plate perfectly when they try and get access to your property. You also need one with a speaker. This is extra cool because the second they approach your premises, you are alerted. You can then warn them off via the speaker. Surely enough to dissuade even the most determined burglar from even trying to break in the first place. As explained already, make sure it's motion activated with Wi-Fi hookup, and most of these types of spy cameras will be. And of course, there are a variety of front door security cameras. You can find ones which are well camouflaged and won't act as any kind of visual deterrent to the would-be burglar. And there are other uses for front door spy cameras with a speaker too. So another use for this kind of setup is to protect your kids. Imagine you have to run an errand and the kids are left at home, and a stranger comes to your house and tries to gain entry. He rings the doorbell, and despite telling your kids never to answer the door to strangers, he manages to get into your home. So with a good spy camera with a speaker, you can warn them off and get them away from the home before they even think about going any further. So in conclusion, I hope this little podcast has been helpful to you. Before you waste a lot of money on full CCTV cameras, consider a well-placed set of spy cameras to protect your home from thieves. As you can see, you have to bear in mind a few key points to protect your home. The cameras must be wireless with push notifications so you can be alerted in real time when someone approaches your property. The cameras must be motion activated. They must be 1080p or higher so you can pick out the face of the thief. And ideally, front and back door cameras should have a speaker so you can warn off burglars before they think of breaking into your home. And it's also useful to protect your kids from strangers. If you follow those simple guidelines, your home will be safe from thieves. Protecting the inside of your home is a different matter. We've also written a detailed guide on the best cameras for home security inside your home, which you might find interesting. So, as with the other related article, check out the links in the description below, and you can access these articles on our site, spycamlife.com. And we can also save you a bunch of money on spy cameras. We've got good deals. So check out the links in the description below, or check out spycamlife.com and get some good spy cameras with a good setup for protecting your home today at a cheaper price. And good luck and happy spying.